Hey, installment number 2. Where are we? Port Arenas.
Punta Arenas.
Just over the back there is Tierra del Fuego, the island, our ultimate goal and southernmost point we will reach. Taken a long time to get here, being quite waylaid in Port Arenas, Punta Arenas, for far longer than expected too, because I need a new tyre and Mike's parts are being shipped from the US. Mechanical issues, I suppose, are a foundation stone in our delay and time thieving that has happened since our last update. The boys are pretty keen on me mentioning a couple of my crashes as well. They seem to be rather regular, far more regular than I'd ever hoped. I've had to replace my handlebars, plagued with electrical issues, and I've been genuinely really lucky in surviving them, and the bike as well. But more so and more so, I try and tell myself that it won't happen again, because it's not fun. I still walk with somewhat of a limp, and my bike's a little bent, but nevertheless I'm pretty keen to get it all the way north. Other than that, what else has happened, Phil?
Good news is crashes balance out. First crash bent his rear subframe and it was slightly skewed, and the last one actually straightened it out again. So there is always a good side.
I think I can elaborate on I think his most recent crash.
Oh, it's about all my crashes.
No, but this is one of the gnarliest crashes I've ever seen. Adam fishtailed for no less than about 30 metres before finally the bike did a complete 180. So Adam's riding backwards about 60 kilometres an hour. And yeah, it was just so strange seeing him facing me but travelling backwards so fast before he finally stacked it.
It was on the last few, well, a kilometre left of the infamous Route of 40. You know, it's written up in all the adventure motorcycle forums. It's super windy, gravel roads, and I just caught it. Came over a cattle grid and hit the soft stuff. Not a chance.
Oh, it was hilarious.
But yeah, it's been cold. Been bloody cold at times. I remember one section when we crossed into Argentina for the first time, 3 of us sort of slipstreaming each other, helmets as close as we can to their handlebars, and headwind and ice darts just piercing us. I remember the wind being so strong because we don't have a perspex shelter to hide behind. My helmet was getting pushed, the foam was parting and my face was getting pushed through the helmet. My lips were up against the plastic at the front. It was hideous conditions, but it's been fun. We've seen some spectacular scenery.
Hasn't all been fun. Yeah, some of it have been an enjoyable experience, but fun would be an interesting word to use. But I guess since the last video update we've ridden the Carretera Austral, so from south of Puerto in Chile all the way down to just north of Cochrane, where we crossed over into Argentina to do Route of 40, which is basically through the heart of Patagonia. Carretera Austral is pretty amazing. It's just through Chilean Lake District, so it's all just spectacular lakes and massive mountain passes and
Waterfalls,
just water cascading everywhere. Unfortunately, we got rained on pretty solidly the entire thing, so it's pretty enduring, but nonetheless an amazing experience. Route of 40 was almost the exact opposite. It was just absolute nothingness, just complete bare, barren landscapes that just stretched for miles. It was like Mars on Earth. So it was a pretty amazing experience. Just wild horses, guanacos, which are like a cross between a camel and a llama. Looked pretty amazing.
Argentinian kangaroo.
Yeah, the Argentinian kangaroo. Looked tasty, but I don't know, apparently they eat somewhere. Yeah, so all in all it's been super enduring, taken us a fair bit longer than expected, but this is the part I was looking forward to the most out of the trip, and it's been everything I thought it would be.
Oh, and on the menus here, you can get beaver.
I've been loving the riding so far. It's the other bits that come with it that haven't been so fun for me. I had a, like a balance chain rattle coming from my engine for quite a while. I decided to ignore it. If you ignore it, it's not there, but it was there. And I managed to strip a cog in an important part of the engine. Ordered parts from the States. Got a good deal on the parts. Shipping was 260 something US. Now waiting for those parts, but it turns out Mr. FedEx should only be about a week, so hopefully once we've got those parts, put them back in the bike and we'll be away again, because at the moment we're riding 2 up, and to be honest this is probably the best section to be on the back of someone else's bike. There was one point where I was sitting on the back of Nick's bike, it was cold, windy, miserable, tucked my hands up under my armpits, closed my eyes and thought about Christmas, and honestly, I actually managed to convince myself I wasn't sitting on the back of the motorbike in negative 10 degrees.
Until I realised what he was doing, I leaned right forward and let him get hammered by the wind for a little
I
while.
just got this sudden gust of cold wind and thought, shit, what the hell's happened here? But no, Nick's been riding really well, feel really comfortable on the back of his bike, which is good. He reckons I'm going to do some riding, but I'm not. It's just so comfortable sitting on the back in this cold. But I just honestly can't wait to get my bike back. Being a pillion's no fun. Got to get a bike.
Check out some of the photos in our gallery for a bit of an update on scenery as where we've been and all that sort of thing, because some of it's been pretty remote, pretty spectacular. Massive glaciers,